Vince Gill, known for his soothing voice and soul-stirring music, began his journey in Norman, Oklahoma, where he lived a simple life. Born in 1957, Vince's childhood was filled with family, school, and a growing love for music. His father, J. Stanley Gill, was a federal judge who had a passion for music and shared this with Vince. The young Vince often played melodies on his tenor guitar, supported by his father's encouragement. However, everything changed dramatically in 1968 when Vince received a phone call that would alter his life forever. His older half-brother, Bob Cohen, was in a severe car accident, leading to a coma. Bob survived, but with permanent brain damage, leaving Vince with deep emotional scars. Watching his parents struggle with this new reality left Vince with an indelible mark on his heart that would influence his music for years to come. The impact of loss on Vince's music. The trauma from Bob's accident shaped Vince's music and character. For over 25 years, Bob remained in a vegetative state, never fully recovering. During this time, Vince dealt with the silent grief that enveloped his family. His mother especially grieved quietly, mourning a son who was physically present but emotionally absent. Vince often reflects on how his early music was shaped by this loss. His 1993 Christmas album, Let There Be Peace on Earth, carries the weight of this grief, with the song It Won't Be the Same This Year, speaking to the ache of losing someone not just to death, but to life itself. This tragedy added depth to Vince's songwriting, giving him the emotional range to convey profound sorrow, something no amount of fame could create. Turning down a golden opportunity. By the late 1980s, Vince Gill had already made a name for himself in Nashville. He had played guitar and provided harmonies for Pure Prairie League, even briefly fronting the band. His solo work, however, hadn't yet taken off. While his voice was admired and his guitar skills revered, he hadn't cracked the commercial code. But in the late 80s, Vince was presented with a life-changing opportunity. Mark Knopfler, the frontman of the legendary band Dire Straits, invited him to join the band. At the time, Dire Straits was at the peak of its fame, and joining the band would have meant crossover fame, arena tours, and an international audience. But Vince, ever true to his roots, hesitated. He knew that joining the band would mean stepping away from his own journey as an artist. Despite the allure of fame, he turned the offer down, determined to remain true to his own voice and musical vision. A defining moment, When I Call Your Name. After turning down the opportunity with Dire Straits, Vince found himself questioning his path. The road was difficult, and the money and fame seemed out of reach. Yet, he stayed committed to telling his own stories. Then, in a moment of perfect timing, he released When I Call Your Name, an album that would change the course of his career. The title track became an instant classic, showcasing the raw emotion and vulnerability that Vince's voice could carry. It won him his first Grammy Award and helped catapult him into mainstream country music. Looking back, Vince admitted that turning down Dire Straits was about more than just career. It was about staying true to himself. He chose to be authentic in his art, and that decision paid off, both professionally and personally. Navigating public scrutiny and marrying Amy Grant. Vince and Amy's relationship became a subject of intense media scrutiny. Amy, a beloved figure in Christian music, faced backlash for her personal life, with radio stations pulling her songs and fans expressing their disapproval. Vince, while receiving quieter judgment, also felt the sting of public opinion. Despite the challenges, Vince and Amy's bond remained strong, and in March 2000, they married in an intimate ceremony at Vince's home in Nashville. Their wedding was a moment of personal significance, symbolizing not just their love, but the quiet patience they had both shown through years of public judgment. For Vince, marrying Amy wasn't just a personal joy, it was an affirmation of his choice to live authentically, regardless of what the world thought. Their love story, though clouded by controversy, ultimately triumphed, reinforcing Vince's belief in the importance of love and loyalty. Joining the Eagles, a new chapter in Vince's career. In 2016, the music world was rocked by the death of Glenn Frey, a founding member of the Eagles. For many, it seemed like the end of an era, and the band's future was uncertain. Vince Gill, however, had long admired the Eagles and had developed a personal connection to the band over the years. After Frey's passing, the band's management reached out to Vince with an invitation to join the Eagles for their upcoming reunion shows. Vince didn't hesitate. He agreed without second-guessing, knowing that the role wasn't about replacing Glenn Frey, but honoring his legacy. Vince had always admired the Eagles' songwriting and harmonies, and stepping into the band was a natural fit. When he performed with the Eagles at the Classic West and Classic East shows in 2017, the crowd's reaction was overwhelming. Vince brought his own distinct style while respecting the band's rich history, earning him accolades from both fans and bandmates. Don Henley, in particular, praised Vince for knowing how to be in a band, a testament to his humility and understanding of musical collaboration. Overcoming personal challenges, Vince's support for Amy Vince's life was once again tested in 2020 when Amy Grant was diagnosed with a rare heart condition requiring open-heart surgery. The surgery was successful, but the recovery was slow, and Vince remained by her side through every moment. Their bond, already strong, deepened further as Vince became her caregiver, offering unwavering support through the physical and emotional challenges of recovery. 2 years later, in 2022, Amy suffered a traumatic brain injury after a bike accident, and Vince's role as a caregiver was once again tested. He canceled several concerts to be by her side during her recovery. Through both challenges, Vince remained her steadfast protector, showing the world the true depth of his love and devotion. His old song, "When My Amy Prays," became a personal anthem, symbolizing their shared strength, faith, and commitment to each other. Vince Gill, a new era of music and reflection. At 67, Vince Gill continues to create music, but his approach has evolved. No longer focused on topping the charts, Vince writes music that is deeply personal, reflecting his life experiences and the wisdom he has gained over decades in the industry. His recent songs like "Forever Changed" and "Worlds Apart" reflect his empathy and vulnerability, focusing on themes of pain, love, and resilience. Vince's music today is a reflection of his journey, more introspective and rooted in observation rather than judgment. He embraces collaboration with younger artists, blending his experiences with fresh perspectives. Despite a lifetime of success, Vince remains committed to writing from the heart, crafting songs that resonate with listeners on a deeper, more personal level. His music, once driven by ambition, is now a vehicle for healing and reflection. Vince Gill's legacy, a life well lived through music. Vince Gill's journey through tragedy, love, and personal growth has shaped him into one of country music's most respected artists. He has weathered personal challenges, from family tragedies to public scrutiny, with grace and humility. Through it all, his music has remained a reflection of his deepest truths. Vince's decision to write from the heart, rather than following commercial trends, has only enhanced his legacy as a musician. His ability to blend vulnerability with strength has made him an icon in the music world. As he continues to evolve as both an artist and a man, Vince Gill's impact on music and the lives of those who listen to his songs will continue for generations to come.